Whoa, I love riding in your badass convertible, but I'd like to get there in one piece. You've been acting like there's a bug up your butt.
That meeting, the solutions presented were not doing enough.
Enough for what? To save the world? One day at a time. I personally am jazzed by the refrigerator rental idea. A win-win. I was crunching the numbers yesterday.
You are too much, you know that? Company man through and through.
Hey, outside of work, we're making progress.
With all due respect to your ideas, it's not enough. Time is of the essence, and we need to tackle all sectors aggressively.
Some of these issues are bigger than this company, Meg. Bigger than the city or state. They need to be addressed, but at the federal level. Until this administration can put forward a comprehensive plan, or maybe just having the Congress finally pass the carbon fee and dividend bill, which meaning to tell you.
Crunch these numbers in your spare time. The amount of electricity used when all the gas vehicles are converted to electricity, and see how that affects the company's bottom line.
But we're going to need lots of battery storage if your vision is to work from renewables.
Yes, storage is a challenge, but it will be solved by the time we fully deployed all the renewables and electric vehicles. We need to build simultaneously.
Wow. Do you ever let up? What do you do in your free time? Gnash your teeth and growl?
Oh my God, you're so right. I sound like my energy-crazed housemate. Oh shit, we're so late.
Don't tell me. The world is about to end, and you need to be there to witness it.
Very funny. I told you, my friend from college is in town for work, and I was supposed to meet him and my roommate 15 minutes ago.
Yes, that's why I invited myself along. I smell a little romantic intrigue here.
Henri is just a good friend, but I am worried about leaving him unchaperoned with Carly. It could get explosive, and not in a good way. Henri, sorry I'm late.
Ah, ma chérie, pas de problème. Tu ne changes pas, non? Toujours agréable. Et qui est ce homme-là? Un petit ami?
Henri, let me introduce Todd Lewinsky, a co-worker, un collègue de travail seulement. Todd, this is my friend from college, Henri Claude. He's over here on business from Paris.
Pleased to meet you.
Enchanté.
Must you be so...
Quoi, Meg?
Like a turtle sunning itself on a rock, nose in the air. Ah, but you're Parisien, no?
I've been here a while, and yes, I've been inside, mais on ne peut pas fumer, non? N'est-ce pas?
Actually, it's a good thing Carly's not here yet, or you'd have real trouble on your hands with that habit of yours.
Elle est là-bas. She is quite a piece of work.
I'd better go smooth the ruffled feathers, or this will be a very long night indeed.
Un moment, je suis prêt.
You still up for this?
I'm looking forward to a very entertaining evening.
In we go.
Finally.
So sorry, Carly. I understand you've met Henri, but I don't think you've met my coworker, Todd. Todd, this is Carly, Assistant Professor of Environmental Sciences at the college.
Really glad to meet you.
Likewise. Hey, I've taken the liberty of ordering a picture. So what was the big crisis at work that kept you late on a Friday night?
Meg was demanding we work harder to save the world.
Right, Meg, are you finally coming around to see the light?
Not your light, I'm afraid. I've not succumbed to the religion of Carly, where instead of the simple 10 commandments, there's an overwhelming multitude of thou shalt nots. I fear if you had your way, we'd all be walking everywhere, not a sports car in sight.
Life without your convertible, how could you survive?
The question is, how are we going to survive if we keep on driving our gas guzzlers?
We are in the oil industry and will continue to be very, very happy.
Actually, I do want your input, Carly, about this fiasco at work, but first things first. Beer, anyone?
A toast, si je peux. Being in the energetic and powerful influence of my good friend Meg, even as I try not to fully succumb to it. À la bonne vie.
À la bonne vie. Here, juice.
Hey, Earth to Meg, what are you staring at? Or rather, who is that good-looking dude?
Oui, Till.
This is crazy. If I'm not mistaken, that's my old fling from high school. I wonder what he's doing in the city.
I knew I joined this adventure for a good reason. Go invite him over. He looks like a keeper.
I was thinking the same thing.
Everyone, this is Andy. Andy, this is Carly, Todd, and Henri. So what could possibly draw you away from the farm and into the big city?
Well, a really exciting initiative, actually. You want to hear about it?
Ah, oui, tout de suite.
Well, in a nutshell, I got this USDA grant to help urban farmers replicate the sustainable agricultural hub that we've got going on at the farm, complete with aquaponics and with training.
I have heard about your work. It sounds brilliant and really impactful, solving the food desert challenge by creating food and jobs throughout the city.
Yeah, exactly.
Impressive.
You are positively glowing. Good for you, Andy. I wish I had equally good news.
Okay, let's hear it. Todd, what has she gotten herself into? I need to know if she can still pay the rent.
Meg wants to transform the city's transportation network to electric, and the company's not buying it.
Yeah, well, that figures. If corporations could own the sun, they would buy it away from us. Now, if we could just get rid of fossil fuel subsidies, we could make real progress.
Ah, but we like those subsidies. Our profit margin is very, very nice, n'est-ce pas? Anyone care for a smoke?
Oh, don't even think of it.
Which reminds me, speaking of subsidies, I've got great news to report. You know that nonprofit I'm involved in, Citizens Climate Lobby?
No, mais continue.
Right, well, I've just got news this afternoon. The House passed the carbon fee and dividend bill we've been working so hard on, and the Senate has hinted that they will bring their version to vote within a week.
Why didn't you tell me? That's excellent news.
I tried, but you were distracted.
Sincerely, I am impressed.
Ah, voilà, mon ami. Qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Carbon free and dividend?
Yeah, ditto. Remind me, what's a carbon fee? It sounds like a tax to me. Farmers are barely getting by, so please, no more taxes.
That's the best part. Farmers, especially sustainable farmers like you, generally come out ahead because of the dividend.
Maybe this is the catalyst the city needs to move forward with an electric transportation plan.
Yes, you go, girl.
Seriously, Henri may not, but I do get the climate crisis, and the city has finally compiled a climate action plan with a mayor brave enough to mention climate change in public. But if the corporations and the council don't change the business as usual, we're sunk, particularly in the transportation sector.
Is she always like this?
Not often enough. So what did you propose?
To affect the kind of change we're talking about, we're going to need a large investment in infrastructure. In a way, Todd's right.
Finally, she appreciates me. Wait, what?
This really should be dictated from the federal government as a change in transportation requirements affects commerce across state borders. But that's not happening. Our city is the perfect place to show the country how it's done. If we can do it in Houston, it can be done anywhere.
I like the way you're talking.
I'm not sure I said any of that. You're going to need to crunch a lot of numbers if you're going to convince the council to budge.
I think I know just the person to help me crunch those numbers.
Oh, no. I'm just here for the entertainment, remember?
Meg, this is awesome. Have you figured out the storage challenge?
That's the kicker that will stop her in her tracks. The idea right out like a nice, comfy, extra large blanket of CO2 wrapped around a fragile plant.
Un moment, s'il vous plaît. What, my friend, is the challenge with storage?
We need to develop a private-public partnership with a battery manufacturer for the pilot, but remember, I don't even have permission to bring this idea before council.
Wait, I know. My students have been working on sustainability issues for the city, and we've been invited to present at the next council meeting. Perfect.
I smell trouble.
What do you mean perfect? I told you we can't even mention the idea to the mayor.
You have been told that you can't mention it, but what if I do? Then surely you are free to speak up in support of it and alluding to some of the numbers that Todd has crunched. And well, if you get the mayor behind it,
I will most certainly be out of a job.
And yet the world would be one step closer to positive action that could make a difference. I don't know, job, world, what's in it for you? What's in it for generations to come? I kind of like Carly's idea.
Hey, you're an accomplice in this, sir. You're sounding almost as altruistic as Carly.
Je pense que c'est une excellente idée. Ma chère amie Meg va changer le monde.
Yeah, hey, if you do lose your job, I could always use an extra hand at the farm, although I couldn't afford to pay anything. So, in all seriousness, though, I would love to show you around sometime.
I'm surrounded. Again, allow me to remind you, we don't have a viable idea without a solution to storage.
Pas de problème.
Do not trivialize the challenge, Henri. The country, the energy hogs of the world need to take dramatic steps in our own lives and in the government to mitigate disaster. We need to show the world that we have weaned ourselves from our addiction to fossil fuel.
Wow. You live with her?
I like to think I rubbed off on her.
Please allow me to explain. When I said pas de problème, I mean that the solution to finding a private-public partnership for battery storage is solved. Voila!
Ha! I like that. Voila! Let's try that at the city council meeting.
Wait, I've known you for a long time, Henri. You are brilliant and you've never done me wrong. Are you serious?
Absolument. That is why I'm here in the States. We have been actively diversifying our portfolio into renewables and storage. We have purchased one of the largest battery manufacturers of the world, and I am here securing contracts. Why not with the city of Houston?
Incredible. Oh, and Henri, if I ever said anything that offended you,
Not problem, Carrie. This turtle shell of mine is very tough.
Well, the city council meeting will be exciting. I'm on the docket as well to present about the grant. So, another toast to change, including a new sustainable way of farming and solving the food desert challenge.
to new momentum for environmental solutions embraced by all.
To new labeling on every new renewable system, warning this project may be addicting and good for your health and the health of generations to come.
And to numbers that work, economics that are solid, and solutions that are clean, green, and effective.
God, I feel so mercenary, but I just have to say this. To my next car, may it be an electric convertible.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
Cheers.